รายการ Smart World วันนี้นะครับผมตาพี่ภูยืนอยู่ที่บริเวณหน้าสถานทูตอังกฤษหรือว่าสถานทูตสหราชอาณาจักรประจำประเทศไทยซึ่งหลายคนอาจจะงงว่ารายการ Smart World มาทำอะไรที่นี่วันนี้ผมมีนัดกับท่านผู้แทนการค้าแห่งสหราชอาณาจักรประจำภูมิภาคเอเชียแปซิฟิกเพราะว่าตอนนี้ท่านอยู่ในประเทศไทยนะครับแล้วก็มาร่วมงาน Techsauce ซึ่งงานนี้ก็เต็มไปด้วยเรื่องของนวัตกรรมและก็เทคโนโลยีที่มีประโยชน์ที่สำคัญข้อมูลวันนี้น่าสนใจมากๆเพราะว่าการค้าการลงทุนระหว่างประเทศไทยกับสหราชอาณาจักรมันเกี่ยวข้องกับเซกเตอร์เรื่องของเทคโนโลยีหลายเรื่องทีเดียวทั้ง AI ทั้ง climate change โอ้โหบอกได้เลยว่าเรื่องนี้เข้ากับ Smart World สุดๆแต่ว่ามีประเด็นอะไรบ้างเดี๋ยวเราไปพูดคุยกับท่านผู้แทนกันเลยและตอนนี้นะครับผมก็โชคดีมากๆได้รับเกียรติจากท่านผู้แทนการค้าแห่งสหราชอาณาจักรประจำภูมิภาคเอเชียแปซิฟิกหรือว่า title ภาษาอังกฤษก็คือ His Majesty Trade Commissioner for Asia Pacific Miss Natalie Black นั่นเองสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Such a pleasure to be meeting you here and thank you so much for giving us some time to talk about the investment in Thailand from the UK side or even the European country. So first of all, could you please describe the overall pictures about investment in Thailand from the UK side? So which industry, which business is growing up in particular?
Well, firstly, it's fantastic to be back here in Thailand. I absolutely love Bangkok, and you can feel the energy in the city as you're going around and meeting people. It's such an exciting place to be. And the UK-Thailand trading relationship is thriving, up from nearly 25% in the last year alone. And particularly on investment, like you were asking about, we're seeing a real uptake in interest. So the UK now invests £2 billion in Thailand, and Thailand invests in the UK nearly £500 million. So the UK is the number one destination for Thai investment in Europe. So that relationship is really important to us. You asked about the sectors
yeah.
which are doing really well. Well, the reason why I'm here this week is for Techsauce. There's nearly 20,000 people attending Techsauce, the largest tech conference in Southeast Asia here in Bangkok. And we've bought a fantastic group of UK tech companies, particularly focused on artificial intelligence. We're having our very first week focused specifically on artificial intelligence here in Bangkok. And we're seeing a lot of interest in the UK tech sector in terms of new partnerships, new ways of doing business together, but also a lot of interest in the Thai tech sector. So my prediction is that we will see a lot more collaboration together on tech.
Okay, I thought you would have said that educational sector, but right now it's a technology sector, tech company.
So tech is growing. I think we're seeing a lot of focus and a lot of attention, but you're absolutely right. Traditionally, one of the strongest sectors for collaboration has been education, right?
Yeah.
I've just come from a really interesting lunch with lots of Thai entrepreneurs, and so many of them studied in the UK.
Yeah.
And that's where our really strong people-to-people relationships come. So education is really important. Infrastructure is also really important. You look out on the skyline here in Bangkok and it's just building. But across the whole country, you're seeing lots of new infrastructure projects. And we have some great British companies here, whether that's Mott MacDonald, Arup, who are all helping Thai businesses grow and invest in their infrastructure.
Yes, good to hear. And I'm one of the alumni. So I finished master's degree in the UK. That's why I asked. There's lots of Thai people went there.
So where did you study?
Burma.
Oh, it's a beautiful city.
Yeah.
On the beach as well.
Yeah, on the beach. I like the beach. That's why I went to such a university. Yeah, I couldn't get in some higher ranked university. That's
Sussex,
why.
a very good university.
Thank you very much. And so what exactly are the advantages of the UK tech company compared to the other nations? Why UK invests so much in Thailand about this?
Such a good question, because a lot of people don't know how strong the UK tech sector is. So the UK tech sector is now worth $1 trillion, and we have over 160 unicorns. So when you think about the tech sector around the world, there are 3 countries in the world that have a tech sector of that size who have produced that many unicorns. And they are the US, China, and the UK. So the UK has a long history of research and development through our universities. We have 4 of the top 10 universities in the world, but we have a great entrepreneurial spirit. And these are people who are building amazing companies who are then going global and want to invest in places like Thailand.
This is new for me. I've never known that before.
Well, there we are. That's why I'm here.
Wow. So the UK is one of the 3, the biggest 3.
Exactly.
Wow. And what kind of technology exactly which will be the backbone for the cooperations between Thailand and the UK in the near future?
Yeah, so we're looking at the whole spectrum. So the UK has a tradition of being really strong in fintech and financial technology because traditionally financial services has been really important to our economy. And obviously here in Southeast Asia, you've been early adopters of e-wallets and online payments. So there's lots of opportunities to collaborate there together. But on the newer areas like artificial intelligence, the companies that we have here this week are working on a whole range of issues. So it might be looking at how data is used to make supply chains more efficient. It might be about infrastructure and getting better access to Wi-Fi using artificial intelligence. But I was at Techsauce this morning talking about a new partnership that we will be launching in the autumn, which is all about the digitization of trade. So this is how we are going to make trade faster, cheaper and more secure. And in the autumn, we will launch a new pilot between Thailand, the UK and Singapore. And we think that that will be a really good opportunity to bring different businesses together, but deliver real world impact for Thai consumers, Singaporean consumers and British consumers.
Okay, as you just say, it's going to be AI, fintech, and how about climate change technology? Technology is something that Thai people have been talking about for a while.
And you're really right to highlight that as an area. Definitely when I'm talking to entrepreneurs, climate technology is the area that everyone wants to get into because they see so much demand.
Yes.
Here in Southeast Asia, we're very much on the front line of climate change. You see it every day. And so people are looking for new ways to solve those problems. In the UK, we have a lot of experience of developing new kinds of technology, particularly within the energy sector. And I think Thai companies and investors recognize that. So Gulf Energy, who you might know, of course, very well known here in Thailand, they have invested £90 million in a new offshore wind farm in the UK. Now, part of that, of course, is to deliver benefits, financial benefits to Gulf Energy, but it's also about accessing technology in the UK that can then be brought back here to Thailand.
Yes, but it sounds expensive. It's going to be like the big comp who can spend that much money in the UK for such technology.
So as you know, with the problem around climate change is it affects everyone and everyone needs to be involved in the solution. So the big companies need to play their part, but also the SMEs and the entrepreneurs need to play their part as well. And what we need is a combination of big transformations in technology, but also new ideas which are going to grow over time. And I think that's what we're seeing on clean tech. You know, you're seeing a lot of small companies who maybe a couple of years ago would have struggled to get investment, but now everyone sees how important it is to invest in clean energy. And so when I talk to venture capitalists or high net worth individuals, they're looking for new technology in clean energy.
Okay, and besides the cost, so what are the other constraints about, the cooperations or the increasing more investment? Maybe geopolitics or probably maybe the new policy or standardizations?
So you're right on standards. Because this area is still quite new, standards are still being developed, and the challenge is for technology to keep up with standards and for standards to keep up with technology. The two things are happening in parallel. They can't happen sequentially because we can't wait around. This is an issue for us now. So one of the things that we're doing in the UK here in Southeast Asia, in ASEAN, we are working with the ASEAN Secretariat. We became a dialogue partner of ASEAN 2 years ago. We were the first new dialogue partner for 25 years. So we're really excited to have a seat at the table. And we're working with the British Standards Institute to create new standards around how we need to be collaborating on sustainability with ASEAN to give companies certainty.
So are we reaching those standards yet?
I think we've got to work out what the standards are, and then we're going to try and reach them. But that's the problem. You need to do both at the same time. It's very, very hard, but it's really, really important. And what you need is collaboration between the public and the private sector, because ultimately no one can solve this problem by themselves.
Okay, so we can adopt and try to follow all this policy.
Exactly right.
Yeah, and how about the other factors that I just mentioned, the geopolitics between, the powerful country such as China, the UK, and the US?
So it's certainly interesting living here in Southeast Asia. You do feel that you're at the fault lines.
So we are like a middleman who have to balance those relationships because we are really close to China as well.
So there's a lot going on here, and I think at the end of the day, Southeast Asia is so attractive to so many countries around the world because you have a population of 630 million people.
So we'll combine all together.
Global you have an economy of $2.3 trillion. There's a lot of consumers here. There's a lot of opportunity here, and so everyone wants to partner. And as we learned during the pandemic, the most important thing is to diversify your partnerships and have lots of friends everywhere. So I think that's what you see in terms of the geopolitics in Southeast Asia, that everyone's building new partnerships and finding new ways to work together.
Yes, but the relationship between the UK and us, Thailand, so we are doing well.
We're doing very well.
We're doing very
No, we're doing really well. I think I've been doing this job now for nearly 5 years, and I think the UK-Thailand relationship is at its best now. We are working together on a new trading relationship. We are finding new ways to cooperate on the important sectors that we've been talking about. And Thailand is a key partner for us in ASEAN. So there's a lot more that we can do together, and that's why it's been exciting to be here this week to explore opportunities.
Thank you so much. You are very sweet. And what are the goals? The goals of many nations, especially those in Europe, is to reach to net zero by the year 2030. So how does this goal impact trade and investment between the UK and Thailand? So
this is a very stretching and demanding goal, but we really believe in it in the UK. We were the first country in the world to legislate for net zero, so we've actually made it a legal obligation. And as we have been developing trade deals across Asia, we've put sustainability and climate at the heart of those deals, because we think ultimately this is going to be one of the issues that shapes our lives for the years to come. So we have to work together on it. We have to partner together on it. But it's not easy.
Yes, I know, because I have heard from many people who participated in COP26 or even 27, and they said we might have failed already to commit those goals in the conference. So what do you think about?
So I think it's really tough, and this is why it's really important that we stay committed and we stay accountable to the goals that we set up at COP26, and obviously we hosted that in Glasgow, and so we feel particularly passionate about making sure that we maintain these commitments. But we also need to focus on the how. So a lot of the discussion has been around the what. These are the commitments that we want to make. Now we need to work together on how are we going to reach those. And I think there is a particular role for technology, as we've been talking about, and public-private partnerships as part of that. Okay,
so do you have any suggestions for Thai people or even Thai investor or like Thai tech company to keep pace to the UK to reach that goal?
So at Techsauce this morning, we were talking about two particular areas. So one, it's about how do we partner together to develop the new technology which is going to make a difference. So can we encourage more university-to-university collaboration between our researchers, and particularly using Thailand as a pilot because you are at the front line of so many of the challenges that we face through climate change. So there's certainly more that we can do together between our universities, between our researchers, and practical examples of working together. And then the second area is talking amongst our investors, really making climate change and commitments to sustainability a core part of any business going forward. So if we were talking 3-4 years ago, there weren't many CEOs who are necessarily thinking about sustainability, but now it seems like every boardroom across Asia, sustainability is on the top of their agenda, and it's not easy, and sometimes people might not be as honest as you want them to be. But I think if we can show real leadership in the business community about what a green economy will look like for the future, then only the next generations are going to thank us.
Yeah, thank you so much for your advice. Anything else in particular that you like to tell Thai people?
Just to say, it's fantastic to be back. You have a wonderful, wonderful capital city here in Bangkok, and I'm enjoying the food a lot, too much. I always eat far too much food when I'm here in Bangkok, but it's brilliant to be back.
Okay, so I hope we will meet again. So please come back whenever you can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, your commissioner. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ